All right, what is up, y'all? We are back with the second rendition of White Sox franchise rebuild. Leaving off last episode, we went through the very first offseason of the team. We signed a couple of free agents, nothing massive. The only really splash signing we made was Willie Adames. The rest of the team is kind of just some bullpen arms and guys we signed on to one-year deals, potentially flipping at the trade deadline or building around them if they have really good seasons. We're the 25th ranked team. I believe we improved from 30th. Really bad speed, really bad pitching, really bad defense. Really want to improve on that. The hitting, the pure hitting, is in a really good spot right now. So look for us to put up some runs this year. Just not that great of pitching. And, probably going to make a bunch of errors. Probably not going to steal a lot of bases, but it is what it is. Before we get to opening day here, let's check out the roster. Starting pitcher, we have John Means, who we signed to a one-year deal. Nick Nastrini, top prospect. If I'm correct, yeah, he did okay when he got his a little bit of pitching done in the majors last year. Drew Thorpe, who's like you said, he did okay as well last year. Eric Fetty made the rotation, as well as Yaro Iriarte, who's going to make his debut as the fifth guy in our rotation. We got top pitching prospect Mariano Vasquez looking to come up here shortly. Hits per nine, not great, but that stamina and walks per nine looks really, really good. As far as relief pitching goes, we got Dylan Floro, who we signed to a 2-year deal in free agency. We got Andrew Chafin, who also signed on a 2-year deal. Prelander Baroa, prospect of ours. Look for him to build off of a really decent season last year with only 29 innings pitched. Carlos Estevez, our other bullpen free agent signing. Rookie Jordan Leisure. Brandon Hughes, Rule 5 draft pick. And then our last guy is Matt Foster, who pitched really well for us in the bullpen last year in 70 innings. Brought him back on a 2-year deal. I believe it covered arbitration. Closer Michael Kopech had a very, very, very good season last year, and extending him for 4 years on a cheap deal. Edgar Cuero, top prospect for us, catcher. Look for him to take all of the catching duties this season. He's got a really, really good bat. Defense might be a little bit of a problem, but I think in a season like this, let's just work on developing him. Paul Goldschmidt's going to get most of the starts at first base. He's 37 years old, but he is a really good hitter, and Andrew Vaughn is pretty awful, so really not looking to play him much at all, and hopefully sign a first baseman in the offseason. I'm thinking of some first baseman that can be on the market, potentially Vladimir Guerrero. We'll see what happens when we get there. Second base, top prospect Colson Montgomery made his debut last year, was not good at all. Hopefully he can build on that and work on that defense and become a better hitter overall. Other than that, if he's going to be putrid on defense, only put up a 6-something OPS, he's not really going to be a good player for us. Jose Rodriguez, Brian Ramos, probably going to split time at third base. Jose Rodriguez getting more time than the latter. Matt Shaw's knocking on the door. If he performs in AAA this year, look for him to be called up potentially by the draft or All-Star break. Willie Adames, our free agent signing, had 856 OPS last year. Signed to a 4-year, $64 million contract. Look for him to ball out for us. Outfield pretty much unchanged. Eloy Benintendi, Luis Robert, Dominic Fletcher, and then 1-year signing Austin Slater. These two are going to platoon right field. Fletcher versus righties, Slater versus lefties. And we're going to go ahead and jump into it. Hopefully, I'm sure we're going to finish around 70 and 90 this season. If I had to guess, I'd say 70 and 92. But we're going to go ahead and simulate to the draft, and we'll see where we're at there. We have made it to the 2025 MLB draft. We have the 6th overall pick. And right away, I've been scouting a lot of starting pitching, some first base, some center field, some shortstop. But really what's caught my eye in this draft is the starting pitching. As you can see, Elliott Latch from Ohio. Heavy scouting on the Central here. Number 1 overall player in the draft, according to my scouts. He's guaranteed B potential, and MLB has him ranked 52nd. So I'd almost guarantee we're going to pick this player with our 6th overall pick. You also got Ramon Rodriguez. Probably going to look to stay away from him because he is injured, but he looks fantastic as well. Very well-rounded. You got Sam Nicholson, we have him 100% scouted. He's got a really high potential right off the bat, and he's got some really good stats, very well-rounded as well. We got Brian Keenan, who also looks incredible. You got Ron Palmer, who also looks incredible. A lot of starting pitching that we're really going to be looking to grab here. As you can see, all this is starting pitching. We do have a shortstop here, DeAndre Calhoun from Massachusetts. MLB Draft 41, we rank him 11. That potential is at a really wide range. The overall is really low. So we'll see if we take a shot on him. As you can see, a lot of shortstops here, or not shortstops, starting pitching here. As you see with the first baseman, not a whole lot. With shortstop, there's not really much I love. Garrett Fitzgerald from New York, kind of a shot in the dark if we go with him. He's really, really fast, really athletic. He's got a strong arm, decent contact, but doesn't really look like he's got much of a bat. Probably not going to stay, probably not going to go for him very much. Overall, just kind of a weaker shortstop class. In terms of center field, Carlton Wimberly's probably going to get picked really early, and our scouts don't agree with that. Really good defensively, really good contact. It's not the power that I'm looking for. Juan De La Cruz is somebody I could potentially pick. Really fast, decent defense, not a great bat, average bat at best. Potentially be a 9-hitter, a really good pick in the draft there. Lamont Larson, he looks really good on defense, but the bat is just not there. When you get center fielders, that's what you should expect to draft. But yeah, let's just jump right into it. It looks like we're going to be going really starting pitcher heavy, which really I'm okay with just because our team desperately needs that. If you recall from the start of the video, we rank 30th in pitching. So let's go ahead and start this puppy off. The Mets are the #1 pick. I'm pretty sure they finished with over 100 losses last year, which is kind of crazy. This guy was not on our radar at all. The Mets look like they reached down the board a little bit to take Haynes there. We have Phil Barton, who we were not really looking at. We just talked about him. He looked like a pretty decent disappointment. So we're gladly going to pass on him. We had him 100% scouted. Scouts did a really good job with him. Carlton Wimberly, who I also said looked like a really big disappointment, gets selected by the Miami Marlins. We're going to go ahead and skip to the White Sox pick. Miguel Del Villar got picked. Looks like a big disappointment in our book from Venezuela. And Brian Keenan, who we really, really liked, got picked. That's really unfortunate there. But shout out to the Boston Red Sox scouts. They really know what they were doing here. And that just leaves Elliot Latch. Really, really good arm strength here. Going to start out the gate with that. Good stamina, really good walks per nine, which I really want. He's got kind of that John Means build with the high stamina, high walks per nine. The hits per nine really aren't there, but he should have a lot of strikeouts per nine. Not going to give up a lot of home runs. And he has above average pitch velocity, almost to well above average. So he's going to throw it hard. He's in the strike zone. He's only 18 years old. He's going to start with a decent overall and a high potential. The bonus demand isn't super high either. And he's healthy. So we're going to go ahead and draft him, and I'm really looking forward to having him. He looks like a really, really good draft pick. We also have a first-round pick in the competitive balance round. So let's go ahead and see what we have there. Right off the bat, I see Tim Landrum. I didn't really talk about him, but he's a high potential guy. 18 years old, left-handed pitcher. Got really good stamina, really good strikeouts, walks, all that stuff. So we could potentially draft him. If we wanted to take DeAndre Calhoun, we could take a risk on him. Really look like he's going to hit left-handed pitching pretty well. Amazing fielder, really good speed and stealing. Jason Lucas, potentially could wait on him a little bit. Johnny Hooper, that is a great name. Pretty good stats there. Could potentially take him as well. Scott McGowan, also a pretty good pick there. J.R. Sheets, that's a great name. Really good baseball name there. So I think we're gonna go to the top of the board here. Let's go stick with our scouted. Ramon Rodriguez is injured, so I really don't love that. Although his stats look really, really good. I'm not as scouted out as I'd want him to be. This guy looks like he's a little bit younger with a little bit younger overall. He's healthy. I think we're gonna go ahead and take Tim Landrum, another left-handed pitcher. I'm pretty sure the first guy we took was lefty. So let's go ahead and advance there. And yeah, let's get to the next pick. In this second round, pick 40. Ramon Rodriguez is still there. Jason Lucas might stay on the board for a while. Scott McGowan. I really want to find okay, this is perfect. Juan De La Cruz. Is this the spot to take him? I think we can wait on him, to be honest. I think I do want to go ahead and take somebody, that we might, this guy looks well balanced. Another left-handed pitcher from Tennessee. He is demanding quite a bit of bonus, but I think we are going to go ahead and take him. Just because, actually, no. J.R. Sheets guaranteed B potential. He is another left-handed pitcher, really well balanced. Bonus demand is a lot less. We have him around the same, and he's 22 years old, switch hitting. We're going to go ahead and draft JR Sheets just so we don't have to really worry about all that bonus demand, just in case it comes back to bite us. We only got a minute to pick here. Juan De La Cruz is still on the board, so is Jason Lucas. We were looking at him last round. I think this is the round to get him. Really good speed and stealing. Average bat. Let's see if he can develop there, especially if somehow he lands in the A potential. So we're going to draft Juan De La Cruz. And we're going to go ahead and get to the next round. Jason Lucas still on the board. Ben Wilkes is also on the board. Really like him. Bobby Blackman, another guy that's on the board here. A lot of these guys aren't ranked that we can go ahead and take in a little bit. Roberto Gonzalez doesn't look great, but we do have him fully scouted. I think we're going to go ahead and take Jason Lucas. We have him 13 on our board. Even though he's only 55% scouted, we can go ahead and do that. And yeah. Go ahead and get on to our next pick here. We are at the fifth round pick, 136 overall. We got Ben Wilkes, who we were just talking about. Really good walks per 9, really good stamina per 9. Not a whole lot of time. I think I'm going to go ahead and take him. Ben Wilkes, taking him with the 5th round pick here, pick 136. Go ahead and I'm going to write these down just so we can go back and look later on at how we did. And with our very last pick, I would love to get a position player here. Samuel Lucero, awful bat, not really looking at him. Dave Ann, really average. Patrick Graham, really average. Kind of disappointing there. High contact bat, good speed, not really great fielding. I want to improve that defense. Bobby Blackman, let's go to, can we look at our team rank? Okay. I think I'm going to take a shot in the dark here. We only have this guy 15% scouted, but I think this is the good time to, take a shot at a player. He's guaranteed a 76 potential at least. He's got a decent overall. He's a JUCO ball, 19 years old, healthy, lefty. Got decent arm strength, good hits per 9, good strikeouts per 9, good walks per 9, good everything. Even if he's not scouted well, we'll go ahead and take the shot. So with our 6th round pick, pick 166, we're going to go ahead and take Brian Acevedo and hope, fingers crossed, that he turns out really good. We're going to go ahead and sim the rest of the draft. We're going to actually go past the All-Star break and go ahead and get some of these guys signed. Pirates acquired Brian Reynolds from the Royals. Today is the day to sign draft picks. Looking at the standings right now, we are 44 and 53. Probably going to sell at the deadline here, which is fine. We're going to offer him a contract. He wants $5 million. Let's go and be safe. Just give him like 5.8. Okay, whatever. Let's go ahead and get you taken care of. Our last round pick didn't accept. Weird. Tim Landrum, let's see if we can give you a contract here, buddy. He's decided to sign. I really appreciate that. Don't know what I would do if all these guys didn't sign. Kind of would make me mad. We have a lot of money to assign these guys, so I'm pretty happy with that. We should have plenty of money to sign everybody, so that shouldn't be a problem. We can go ahead and offer a little bit more just to guarantee the signings. And yeah, let's go ahead and keep on moving here. Let's check out the team. Let's see how we're doing there. Like I said, we're about 10 games below 500. Contact and power is still really there. Pitching's bad, speed's bad, whatever. It is what it is. 15 games back, we're definitely going to sell. Starting pitching, John Means doing exactly what we needed to. Should fetch a pretty piece at the deadline. Nick Nastrini been pretty disappointing. Same with Drew Thorpe. Eric Fetty is what he is. Yaro Iriarte, awful. So all my young guys are doing really, really bad. Makes me want to call up Mariano Vasquez. 3.64 ERA, 1.28 WHIP, 108 strikeouts and 111 innings. Allowing more hits than I'd like. The walk numbers are really, really good though, but I think we're going to keep him in AAA for now. Let's look at more top prospects. Tom DeMille is doing really well. Noah Schultz not doing what we want him to. He's a top 100 prospect in baseball. Dylan Floro, Chafin, Prelander, Estevez, Leisure, Brandon Hughes doing really, really bad. And Kopech is an all-star, it looks like, this year. Disappointing from the bullpen. Edgar Quero looks like he's putting together a decent season. 726 OPS, 9 home runs. He's put up one more so far. We're going to keep developing him, let him play. I'm pretty happy with that. Max stats, he's been really bad in his limited playing time. Harry Ford, I'd love for him to develop, be our, compete with Quero to be our catcher. First base, Goldsmith looks like he's doing really, really good. Just what I want him to be. Go ahead and sell him at the deadline as well. Andrew Vaughn's got a 904 OPS and 75 at bats. So, I mean, hey, if he can continue hitting like that, I'll gladly let him fill in at first base. Colson Montgomery's got a 757 OPS right now. Not bad. He's with negative WAR because of that defense, though, so kind of a disappointing rookie campaign for Colson Montgomery. Jose Rodriguez has been decent, 859 OPS with a 1.4 WAR. We're going to go ahead and keep giving him everyday at bats. Matt Shaw, 734 OPS. That's really tough. Willie Adames is very disappointing, 715 OPS. He's got 20 home runs, though. 2.2 WAR just because of his incredible defense. Eloy Jimenez has been slugging. 920 OPS, 21 home runs. What's that WAR looking like? 2.6 WAR as a DH is really good. Andrew Benintendi, 708 OPS, but with terrible defense. Yeah, it's going to be a negative WAR. So this is kind of a lot of dead weight we're carrying with Andrew Benintendi. Luis Roberts not going to get on base a lot, only a 293 OBP, but he is slugging. Got a 781 OPS, 2.4 WAR just because of that incredible defense alone. Probably, destroying left-handed pitching. Austin Slater's been doing a good job versus lefties, 780 OPS with a 1.5 WAR. Good defense, get you going. Fletch God, 644 OPS with a negative 0.5 WAR. Pretty disappointing there. I think what I'm going to do is go ahead and send down Brian Ramos, and I'm going to go ahead and call up Matt Shaw. Now, I'm not going to call up Matt Shaw just to bench him, so we are actually going to go ahead and find a way to get him in the everyday lineup. I want to give Benintendi a shot, at least with a bat, because I know he's more than capable of hitting, right-handed pitching. Jose Rodriguez, his bat's been a little too good. Can he play, wherever? Let's see here. I'm not really sure where to put him in the lineup. I think I am going to go ahead and, this is actually a really tough decision. There's a lot. I would like to start him over every guy, but I think with his defense, we're going to let him DH, kind of just call it a dead season for, Andrew Benintendi. We're going to go ahead and put Matt Shaw in the lineup. And we're going to go ahead and put him in the lineup as well versus lefties. Just let him DH is what it is. I want to get Andrew Vaughn in there a little bit more, but I probably will after the trade deadline, after we disassemble this team. I just want to simulate a couple more days just so I can, finish signing these draft picks. I want to get Elliott Latch on this team. I'm going to offer him 6 mil, 6.5 mil, a lot more than he wants. I don't understand why he's not signing. And then we're just going to go ahead and make sure you get taken care of. I'm probably going to simulate more than a couple days here just to accrue that interest. In terms of contract extensions, I mean, I could extend means, but then again, I want to see if I want to try and, hoard as much prospects as I can. Austin Slater could be a guy I extend, 780 OPS, hitting lefties really well. He's 32 years old. Could get another, if I can get a 1-year deal out of him. If he can accept a 1-year, $6 million contract, I'll be pretty happy with that. He's looking for a larger, longer contract. Probably not too interested there. Don't think I'm gonna extend anybody. I'm gonna go ahead and keep simulating here. I'm gonna skip this draft pick signing. Yankees acquire Nico Horner from the Cubs. Interesting move there. Whatever though. We're gonna go ahead and finish signing Elliott Latch here. He's got 100% scouting progress, 85% interest. Read that wrong at first. Here we go. We finally signed the best pick in the draft. We're going to go ahead and advance. And I will see you guys at the trade deadline. We're going to decide who is leaving the Chicago White Sox and who we're going to be getting in return. Just keep an eye out for that. All right. Our first deal is trading our best hitter away, Eloy Jimenez. He's got a year and a half left on his deal right now. He's got a 900 OPS, whatever. But we're getting a couple of prospects from the Yankees. They're not great, but they're decent. I'm reading a B potential pitcher here, Henry Lane. He's a project in my opinion. I don't think he's going to be in the majors for quite a bit here. And then we have George Lombard Jr., who is a prospect I'm most excited about getting for in this deal. A lot of work to do on the defense. He's got power, which is really cool. So yeah, we're looking at a shortstop here with decent speed, decent hitting. Yeah, we're gonna go ahead and send this through, make a deal with the Yankees, and then we're gonna be looking to trade quite a few more pieces here. All right, once again, trading some expiring contracts here. Oh, I messed that up. But anyway, the Astros, they were interested in Paul Goldschmidt. During the simulation, they made me a couple offers for him. So we're going to go ahead and actually make a deal with them. We're actually going to swap first baseman with them. They're in a win now situation. And Tristan Casas isn't performing as much as Paul Goldschmidt is this year, quite frankly, but he's a player that's got really good stats and someone we really believe in. 99 discipline, a lot of power, would be a perfect three-hole hitter for us. And we're getting rid of John Means as well, which is pretty hefty, especially if I can re-sign him. He's got a 3.32 ERA. The way that the Astros rotation is pitching so far this year, he's basically their ace. Hunter Brown is having a really good season. Christian Javier probably striking out a lot of batters like he usually is. 147 and 124 innings. We're going to go ahead and do that. That's our second trade of the trade deadline. Let's just go ahead and keep on tearing apart this roster. Now, I'm really going to be honest with you here. I don't love this trade, but nobody really wanted anything, or wanted to give anything rather, for Carlos Estevez and Andrew Vaughn. The Giants and Padres were the two most interested ball clubs, but we can't really get anything, so we're just going to go ahead and trade for 73 overall, 25-year-old Brett Wisely. He is on the 40-man roster, but we can go ahead and DFA him at our own leisure. Let's just go ahead and get the salaries off our team, and then I think before I finish up here, I do want to go ahead and look into trading Austin Slater. So let's go see if we can go ahead and find a deal for him. All right, lastly, this is actually one of the trades I'm more excited for. We're trading Austin Slater to the Dodgers. We're getting Noah Milla, shortstop prospect, 703 OPS. Not too bad, but this reliever that we're getting, they actually offered us, I'm pretty excited about, Ronan Kopp. 69 overall, 22-year-old B potential. He's pretty improving this year. He's got a really nice fastball, the curve, and changeup. He's only pitched 12 innings this year, but he's got a 1.46 ERA, 16 strikeouts in 12 innings, only 4 walks. We're going to go ahead and accept this trade here, maybe get Kopp into a closing role in the minors. And we're probably going to call it for the trade deadline there. Unless I have another trade, I will see you guys towards the end of the season. All right, offseason is here. We finished 75 and 87. Honestly, pretty good, big improvement from where we were before. Luis Robert, Dominic Fletcher both won the Gold Glove Award. Say what you want about Dom Fletcher's bat. He won the Gold Glove. It is what it is. Mastrini improved a smidge. Thorpe did not. Fetty did not. We ended up calling up top prospect Mariano Vasquez. He looks really, really good in his first, 66 innings or so. Chris Flexen also came up for some innings. Had a 2.48 ERA in 32.2 innings. That's fine. Dylan Floro, Prelander, Chafin, Debbie Garcia all did pretty decent. Not much else to make a whole lot of note about. Michael Kopech, really good season closing there. Edgar Cuero, a little bit disappointing, 694 OPS. He had a good season. It was a decent season. He got all the at-bats. First time getting all the at-bats. Give him a little bit of time to adjust. Tristan Casas looks like he caught a lot of fire here at the end. Finished with an 822 OPS, 25 home runs. Pretty happy with that production. Colson Montgomery's bat stayed about the same, 735 OPS. Wasn't really worth it much this season. I got a lot of shortstop depth. Jose Rodriguez looks like he did really good, 877 OPS, a 4.1 WAR season. He finished with 29 home runs and 93 RBIs. What in the world got into Jose Rodriguez? Look for him to be a staple in the everyday lineup if he's going to continue hitting like that. He's going to help us win some ball games. Matt Shaw didn't do very good at all. 627 OPS, negative 0.5 WAR. Very bad rookie campaign from him. Brian Ramos, same, didn't do very well at all. We're going to keep on playing Jose Rodriguez. Willie Adames didn't do great for his first time. And Chicago uniform, 737 OPS, 29 home runs. 3.8 WAR. He's got good defense, so that counts for something. Andrew Benintendi, for some reason, went down to the minors. He got a 706 OPS. Kind of glad he did. Probably was worth negative WAR, negative .5 WAR as well. Really disappointing from Andrew Benintendi, considering he was worth a whopping -1 WAR last season. So opposite of improvement, whatever you want to call that. Called up Zach DeLoach, gave him a look. Didn't do very good. Luis Robert, 807 OPS, the Gold Glove, 5 WAR season. Pretty happy about that production. Dom Fletcher actually did step it up a little bit. 703 OPS, the Gold Glove defense. Our team's really bad. That's fine. I'm going to go ahead and send to the offseason here. See who wins the World Series. The Braves have defeated the Twins in the World Series. We're going to go ahead and advance into the offseason. And, let's see what we can go ahead and get done. All right, we're to the offseason here. Time to look at the draft picks, see who we got. With our first pick, we took Elliott Latch. B potential, a little bit disappointing there, considering we have him #1 overall in the class. He looks good, though. Really good fastball, slider, curve, good walk spread. I think he could still be a really, really good pitcher for us. We took Tim Landrum with our next pick. B potential, really happy with that. Really bad hits per nine. Hopefully that can improve. Only 56 overall, which is a little bit disappointing. J.R. Sheets, we took with the second round pick. 67 overall B potential. Very well rounded. Potentially our best pick so far. Even better than Elliott Latch, was surprising. Juan De La Cruz, we took in the third round. 51 overall B potential. A little bit disappointing there. Jason Lucas, we took with the fourth round pick. 56 overall starting pitcher. Not bad. Ben Wilkes, we took with the fifth round pick. C potential, which is fine. Looks like a really good pitcher. And then Brian Acevedo, sixth round pick. This is the generational closing pitcher that we took a long shot draft. He wasn't rated on the board. We had him 20% scouted. We had him ranked second on our board. He was still there in the sixth round. We went ahead and took a risk on him, and it paid off. Looks like we're going to have our closer of the future, and looks to shore up the bullpen for a long, long time. We have reached free agency, and one thing we're going to look to improve on is our pitching. So let's see here. Dylan Cease is out there, 3.85 ERA, 30 years old. Zach Gallen's out there, had a really good season last year. The Franimal, he had a really down year. Snell, I'm not any interest in. Cortez, Michael King, a lot of pitchers that did not do great. Tyler Mahle had a pretty good season. Would love to just sign a guy to a one-year deal. Kind of like a John Means kind of thing. He is in free agency. I'm actually going to make a run at him, try and bring him back. Maybe this time we're going to give him a multi-year deal. Just maybe give him a little bit more security. Like, hey, we're not going to trade you this time, Johnny. We do need to shore up our bullpen here. I would like one reliever arm. Eric Swanson to be a good arm. I don't really want to get a closer all too much, just because that would run me up a little bit more than I'd want it to. Gregory Soto had a really good year last year, and he is a left-handed pitcher. Potentially could go there. Matt Strom. Let's make Matt Strom an offer. I really like the idea of that. We'll go 1 year, $8 million. Put us in a budget a little bit. Catching, don't need that. And then first base. I really wasn't going to splurge too much because I know we're rebuilding, but I think getting a bat like Vladimir Guerrero would be really, really big for this club. 33 home runs, 100 RBIs. Go ahead and make him an offer. He really, for some reason, only wants $15 million. We're going to go ahead and offer him like 18. We're going to go ahead and offer him like 6 years. We're going to front load that. I think that would be a really good contract to give Vladdy. In terms of second base, I really want to leave the rest of the infield alone, let those guys develop. In terms of the outfield, I don't want to do any. Benintendi's good as gone. So we got Luis Robert, and I believe right now that's really it. If I could be mistaken. Yeah, we got Luis Robert right now, and that's about it. So outfielder, we are struggling a little bit. Not really interested in Kyle Schwarber a whole lot. Bad defense. Like I said, I want to get a good defender. Might have to look in center field for that. Cedric Mullins could be a really good get for us. He has 731 OPS, so not bad. But he had 27 home runs, 100 RBIs. Tommy Edman had a decent year last year. Same with Trent Grisham. Kyle Tucker's a decent defender, had an 891 OPS. Just looking for a lot of money. Santander, really bad on defense. So I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I really like Jesse Winker. I'm going to go ahead and offer him like a 1-year deal, 1 year, $5 million. Try and get him to be the DH role for us. I'm actually going to offer Cedric Mullins. I want him to be my everyday right fielder. I'm going to go ahead and offer him $14 million a year. I'm going to go ahead and offer that for 3 years. I'm going to front load that as well. Let's make it 4 years, 56. Now we're just stick with 3, and go ahead and get him on the squad. Just to go ahead and solidify our team really quick. Make sure we have some really good bats to build this offense around. And I really want to try and find another pitcher. The more I'm thinking about it, maybe we can dig it a little bit in the trash down here. Cal Quantrill could be a decent option. Steven Matz, John Gray even. I'm just glancing at the ERAs here. Anthony Desclafani's won a lot of money. Luis Severino, put up a really good season when he pitched. Paul Blackburn, Jack Flaherty, Kikuchi. Not a lot of really good names here. Mike Soroka could bring him back. Eric Fetty, Chris Paddock. Not a really lot of good options here. Just a little bit annoying. But it is what it is. I think we're going to go ahead and just keep going here. Yeah, we don't need it. We can just rely on our depth here. And I think next year we're going to be pretty bad. But with that being said, we have a lot to look forward to in the future. Let's go ahead and simulate there. White Sox do get Vlad on a 6-year, $108 million deal. Phillies want to trade Christian McGowan for Jefferson Haas. Nope. I love me some J-Row. White Sox get Cedric Mullins as well. Looks like we're getting all the guys we want. So pretty happy about that. Don't really care about the Rule 5. And John Means is the only player left that has not signed. He looks like pretty good. Ranger Suarez had a decently bad year. Haha. Herman Marquez had a decent year. Pitching at Colorado. He's got good stats. Let's go ahead and make him an offer. I know I said I wasn't going to, but let's just go 1 year, $10 million. We're still in budget. But I think it'd be a really good opportunity to give him a place that's not Coors to pitch. And we are full on the roster. Does that mean we signed? John Means it does. Okay, got to release a couple players really quick. Not a huge deal. Let's go ahead and release this guy. Medwick we just drafted a couple years ago. DJ Gladio. Let's go ahead and he's deep potential. Let's just go ahead and release him. Should put us 1 below the roster. Go ahead and keep simming. Hopefully land Herman Marquez. Let's make sure we have everyone tendered out. Yeah, we're good. Let's go ahead and keep simming there. And it looks like we also signed Herman Marquez. So we're actually good. Cubs signed Devin Williams. That's actually a really cool one. Would love for something like that to happen in real life because Cubs need. I don't really need to see the lottery. Rule 5 draft. Go ahead and pick here. Anyone worth getting? Jorge Lopez could be a reliever worth getting. He's got really good per 9s. We'll circle back around to that. Toglia could be a really good bench bat for us. Got really good defense at first base. Could potentially move. Oh, I guess I got Vlad. So that wouldn't really make a whole lot of sense. Brett Beatty is available in the Rule 5 draft. That's interesting. That is very interesting. Let's go ahead and let's snag Brett Beatty out of the Rule 5 draft. And then honestly, our roster's kind of filled up. Lame. I was gonna go ahead and take that reliever. I can't even remember who it was at this point. Jorge Lopez. Go ahead and sim renewable contracts. See if anything else happens during the rest of the offseason. And that is all. So I'm gonna glance at the team really quick here. Rotation looks nice. Bullpen's looking really good. Catchers, hopefully Cuero can improve. First baseman stacked. Second base, want to see Colson Montgomery take that step. Third base is stacked. Shortstop, we have our shortstop. Left field's an issue. We have Cedric Mullins and Luis Robert manning center and right. Pretty happy with that. And I think that's where I'm going to end it. If you guys are still here, I really appreciate you watching. Like, subscribe, and I will see y'all in the next White Sox rebuild episode.